find your work life creeping into home? Are you always saying just one more email? And is your work time cutting into your training time? Then you sound like you need to rework your work-life training balance. This month at Bikes and Laces, we are going to do just that. So over the next month, do check out our Instagram for tips, tricks, hacks and advice, as well as 3 brand new videos all about ways that you can keep the work-life balance in sync. So hey guys, it's Jess here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips to help you keep work at work. Tip number 1, set yourself some clear deadlines and boundaries. If you know that your biggest challenge is constantly working overtime, which you're probably not being paid for, or you're always taking your work home, then it's time to set some boundaries and put some rules in place that means when your work shift stops, you stop. It's also a good idea to put some rules in place that whatever work it is you do through the day stays at work. With a wide variety of jobs, there seems to be less and less 9-to-5 jobs. And with the current climate and COVID-19 situation, there also seems to be a lot more working from home. Working from home comes with its own challenges. It's so easy just to say, oh, I'll just do one more email, or I'll just respond to that and then I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. But that 10-minute task can easily become 15, 30, 45 minutes, even heading into an hour. So when your shift ends, unless you are specifically being asked to work overtime, then switch off the laptop and stop working. Now is the time for you to get some relaxing in, make sure that you're ready for the next day, or get some of that training done that you need to get done. Taking the time away from work and heading to relax is going to be a great benefit for your mental health, which is going to help you in the long run with your work, your life, and your training. Tip number 2 is to invest in some tools to help you on your way. Do you maybe find yourself sitting at home really trying to research and Google for the answer of a problem you've got? Or maybe you've realised something and you are furiously making notes trying to work it out. Maybe something's popped into your head and you think, well, I'll just email them now and then I know that I won't forget it. If this sounds like you, then this is the tip you need. I am an absolute nightmare for this, and more often than not, I found myself in the past sitting scribbling notes, I was dropping emails, I was doing research, and it was severely cutting into my time. Over the last few years though, I've learned about the importance of me needing to switch off for my mental health. And one of the ways I did this is through a designated notebook. So this notebook comes with me from work to home and home to work. And this notebook is specifically so that if a thought pops into my head, or if I realise something that I probably need to do at work, or something that I need to talk about, I put it down in the notebook, close the notebook, and put it in the bag. That way I know that I've thought about it, made a note of it, and I know it's ready for me for the following day at work. The benefit of this is I also know that I'm not going to forget it and it will actually get done the next day. If you find it easier, you could look at other methods of doing this, such as having a look at notes on your phone, or maybe something that attaches to your personal email. Tip number 3 is to check your job list and focus on what is most important for that particular day. So this is something I've been doing for about a year or so, which has really helped during my low points. And this isn't just something that you can use for work. You can also use it for if you're trying to manage things at home, if you're trying to manage day-to-day tasks. It's just a really handy little tool. First, you start by taking a piece of paper, or you could even do it in a notepad on your phone, and you write a list of everything that you want to achieve in that day, or everything that you think needs doing. Once you've done this, you need to identify the top things that you need to be done today. These are your high priority things. Now, by high priority, I mean if they don't get done today, someone's probably going to get fired. Normally, there's only ever 2 or 3 maximum that you really need to get done that day, but there could be more dependent on your job type. After highlighting the key tasks, set this as your focus for the day. Then the following day, repeat the same process, and the next day, and the next day. What you'll gradually find is you are ticking things off your list, but also you're giving yourself something that you can easily focus on and manage. Now, when you've achieved your top 3 things, if you've got plenty of time through the day, then why not have a go and do some of your others? And you might even find there are things that you don't get time to do, but they're not that important, they're low down the list, so you move them on to the next day. You may come across a point that you find things that get constantly moved on to the next day, and the next, and the next. These are things that can either be deleted or delegated. So if you've got something on your list that's of low importance and keeps getting moved time and time again, then it's probably not something you need to do, or it's something that you could get somebody else to do if they've got the time. So those are my top 3 tips for keeping work at work, and these are things that I've been following for a while. I have gone from being a person who would constantly bring her work home to the point where I basically had a mini office, to someone who now actually comes home and sits down and relaxes for a bit, which has made a huge change to my overall mental health. So let me know in the comments what you thought of these tips, and let me know if you've got any tips for how you keep work at work. Next week I'm going to be sharing some advice on the life part of the work-life training balance. So do keep your eyes peeled next weekend for the next episode in the series. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and to everybody who's a current subscriber, thank you very much for all of your support.